All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Do the part three on this one, and wrap up the rest of the video. And then I guess the Oscars are going to be on or something. I don't know if I really care because I didn't watch any movies last year. So, anyway, let's jump. I just wanna get away
with you. And timeline don't make sense. Well, that's a side effect of medication, and simply not her fault.
Look, I know why the bombs are there. I know why the fresheners are there. It has nothing to do with rotten meat, which you failed to tell me until I asked, because I already knew about the rotten meat story, which is a fib, a lie, not the truth. It has nothing, those bombs and all that have nothing, zero, to do with meat, dead rats, and a raccoon. You understand me? Yeah. You understand? Are we on the same page? Yeah, I'm right. I know I'm right. I know I'm right.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going by what I remember.
Well, so is it possible that's not true then? Because you're blacked out?
Maybe, I don't know. This is what I remember. That's why I called family to see if you
maybe... You should call the police.
No, I waited.
You had to get a phone number from somebody for the police station. Have you heard of 911? Have you heard of... No, just tell me you've heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of 911.
Okay, heard of 911. So why did you call 911? Is it an emergency?
Well, yeah, but it's like...
It's an emergency.
Yeah,
your daughter is gone with your dad, disappeared with no medication. Is that emergency? Please tell me yes.
Yeah.
Do you think it's emergency?
Yeah, I just wasn't thinking.
You weren't thinking?
Because I was freaking out, like, why would he leave?
He didn't leave.
I know, because he said there's blood in the house.
What does that mean?
I mean, somebody did something to my daddy.
Okay, so
I don't know who.
So what happened?
Cheyenne will increasingly refer to her father as Daddy to strengthen the impression she's a clueless innocent fretting over the disappearance of her dear papa. But of course, this new persona makes her attitude to informing authorities even more jarring. Her disturbing failure to alert police isn't exactly news to detectives. Yet, where before she was lightly questioned in a clarifying tone, now Newbold will swing back at her lies.
Evidence does not lie. There's no reason to lie. Evidence is not a person. Evidence tells you one thing and that's the truth. That's what's great about it. Alright? But here we have a grieving mother who's lying about where her daughter is. So therefore you're not grieving.
Oh, that's interesting. He pushed his chair back a little bit. Maybe he thought he was leaning in a little too much. That he wasn't going to get some info from her if he was too close.
Yes, you are. You and I both know that you're lying.
I'm telling you I'm lying.
No, you're not. And I want you to sit up and look at me, please. Because that's not working, all right? This little show is not working.
It's not a show.
You're not crying. There's not one tear. Your daughter is missing. I tell you, there's blood in the house. She doesn't have her medications, and not one tear is falling from your face. So don't try to make them come out now.
But I am crying. I just can't. I'm dehydrated.
You want more water?
Yes.
Well, drink that out.
Just as he chastises her lies, Newbold undermines Cheyenne's dehydration. On every level, from her testimony to her bodily functions, he wants to impress upon his suspect that this little show isn't working. This adds yet another layer of overwhelming, racing thoughts to have, further impairing her ability to evade Newbold's questioning.
Did you black out when you found out your daughter ain't been to her doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
You blacked out then?
Yeah, I blacked out, and like, you know, my friend goes, "What's the matter?" I said,
Who said that? Who said that?
One of the girls.
What's her name? Hey, come on. What's her name? What's her name?
Black girl at work.
What's her name?
Shaniqua.
Shaniqua? What's her name?
She called her Shaniqua. I can't pronounce her name.
What is she a...
heavy-set black girl with glasses.
And she asked you, are you okay? And you said you blacked out?
I I didn't tell her blacked out because I just thought.
But she asked you if you're okay.
Yeah.
Why did she ask you that?
Because I was like, I was in shock.
You look like you're in shock because you found out your daughter didn't go to her appointment?
Yeah.
Okay. You were in such shock that your daughter didn't go to her appointment. You say you called your dad one time and it went to voicemail. And you said you were in such shock that you drove past their house that you didn't even stop to find out why your daughter didn't go to her appointment. That's how shocked you were.
I'm telling you.
You drove by the house. You just drove by. You didn't knock. You only called once. You didn't even text. And you didn't leave a voicemail message. Okay.
You didn't black out at the stores you did. You didn't briefly black out at Lowe's whenever you found out your daughter didn't go to the doctor. You know why I know that? Because you weren't concerned about it, or you would have stopped at your house, at your dad's house, and said, "Hey, whether or not your dad have a good relationship or not, you're going to say, hey, why didn't y'all go to the doctor?"
A familiar formula plays out. The detectives allow Cheyenne to lie, then promptly point out how it contradicts earlier statements. They continue forcing her to chase her own logic into dead ends until she realizes the only open path ends with confession.
We'll be right back.
Newbold leaves to confer with his team and learn what Cody has shared. For the past 2.5 hours, Cody has been subject to an equally intense interrogation. Police have sought to understand the extent of both his and Cheyenne's involvement. But as Cody has clarified his movements over the past 2 weeks, it's become apparent that Cheyenne has far more to hide. As Cody's interviewers leave him alone for a while, it seems this fact is becoming clear to him as well. And he decides to divulge what he's realized is crucial information.
There was a shovel in the tub.
There was what?
A shovel.
A shovel?
Yeah, when you run the flathead shovel. Well, it's like a straight concrete booms. There's a shovel in the tub. Had water in it. That's the rust stain in the tub. I don't know if you illuminated that or whatever. See if that blood was coming. But she also asked me something funny at Walmart.
What's up?
How long does it take maggots to decay a body?
What?
Yes. And she asked me if I thought one of those big 55-gallon tubs would hold the body.
Where'd she ask you that?
This is maybe 3-4 days ago.
These conversations cast a morbid light on the role Cheyenne has played in all this and will radically change the pace of her interview when Newbold returns, armed with Cody's testimony.
Cheyenne, here's your question. Why did you ask Cody at Walmart if he thinks a body would fit in a 55-gallon drum? Why did you ask him that?
I didn't ask
You
her.
didn't ask him that.
No.
Right.
Did you ask him about maggots?
No.
You didn't ask him that.
No.
He's lying.
I don't remember.
He's lying. Why was there shovel in the bathtub?
Wow, she's like one of the most clumsy murderers I think I've ever seen through these interrogation videos. I mean, usually they're pretty bad, but this one's pretty bad. Like, how do you leave everything everywhere like that? That's so crazy. Oh my god.
This time of year for now. Why was there shovel in the bathtub?
I don't know.
Did you put it there? Just tell me. Why did you put it there? Why did you put it there?
I didn't put it there.
Yes, you did. I know you did. Now explain it to me. Why is the shovel in the bathtub?
There's a shovel outside. There's not a shovel in the bathtub.
Is it outside now?
Yeah, that's where it's been.
Why was there a shovel in the bathtub? Don't look over there. Look at me. Why is there a shovel in the bathtub?
Dehydrated hair, hyaluronic acid for your hair. New L-Vibe Hyaluron Pump by L'Oreal Paris. With
Newbold notices Cheyenne's every movement, catching and criticizing even the motion of her eyes to the door, imparting that she can't get away with anything under his scrutiny. His voice has become low and quiet, connoting seriousness, but also forcing Cheyenne to listen more closely. He'll need to draw on tactics like this more often to keep her engaged as her weariness and anxiety grows. The first step of this interrogation is over, as the detectives read Cheyenne her Miranda rights and move on to getting a full confession.
This man you do not want to lose, right? You even said your dad said you finally got a good man, right?
Yeah.
So you're proud of that.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose him, right?
No.
But he threatened you that you're going to lose him if you don't do something about your daughter, right?
So we better help.
No, he said you better take care of this situation. You couldn't control it. You couldn't control it. You couldn't. And you were afraid of losing Cody, so you took care of him.
Newbold's attention to detail is on full show here. He refers back to Cheyenne's father approving of Cody, an anecdote she mentioned just once, 30 minutes into the interview. Recalling such a detail strengthens a sense of empathy between detective and suspect and encourages Cheyenne to play along. Her confirmation that she doesn't want to lose Cody, now admissible in court.
What did you do with him?
I don't know where they are.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. When you got there, did he get out of control and your dad came at you or something? You had to defend yourself with your gun? I can understand that. I can understand that.
I just can't remember.
Well, what happened? Do you remember all these times that your dad comes at you and hits you and belittles you, but you don't remember that day you dropped your daughter off?
No, I don't remember. It's like I became a different person. Like I blacked out.
And what happened when you blacked out? You eventually woke up because you cleaned up. So what happened?
The alternative question is reintroduced, now from an angle of self-defense rather than concealing someone else's crime. Newbold's framing of a murder in self-defense being an understandable necessity eases her reluctance to confess. Note that Newbold says such murder would be understandable, not permissible. It's worth noting that even if this truly was a case of self-defense, Cheyenne would have to overcome the prosecution's evidence to prove this in court. She'd also still be subject to charges of evidence tampering and abuse of a corpse. But Cheyenne is likely ignorant to these complexities, and all that she registers is the idea that confession might be safe.
And it may have been because you're mad, your dad came at you and stuff went wrong. Okay? I can understand all that, but we still need to find them. Isn't that important? Isn't that important? All I want to know from you, Cheyenne, is where are they? You do know.
Oh my god, Ethan. Like, seriously, this is your father and your daughter, and they need to have proper burials, and you fucked up, and you are gonna get caught. They're gonna have enough forensic evidence that you were there because you fucked up so hard. Come on, girlfriend. Just tell them where the bodies are so they probably already have them, let's be real.
I don't remember.
Okay, but what happened when you got there? Did your dad get mad at you and come at you?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you do in return? You said you had to defend yourself. What did you do?
I hit him.
With what?
My hand, I punched him.
And then what?
He got pissed at me and I was on the floor and I don't remember.
And then you killed him. In self-defense. Did you kill him in self-defense or did you do it because you hate him?
I don't remember. That's the...
Yes, you do. You did it in self-defense, right?
Newbold nods along as Cheyenne participates in an easy back and forth, rewarding her straightforward answers. This comes to a sharp halt as he adds the crucial question, making Cheyenne freeze in alarm. Newbold...
Well, also, like, can we establish some motive on why she killed Dad? She already has established her motive of why she killed her daughter, because she was a bitchy, neglectful mother who fucking hated her child and felt like her child was somehow getting in the way of her romantic relationship with her fiancé.
Newbold throws up his arms in concession, adding in self-defense to lessen the blow. This emotional roller coaster rapidly washes over Cheyenne, leaving no space to resist the redirection from whether she killed her father to why she killed him.
My dad.
This is a grown man. Can you beat your dad up?
No.
Okay,
No.
so you're a girl, right? Just tell me what happened.
My dad is really strong.
I know. So tell me what you had to do. Tell me what you had to do. What did you have to do?
I don't know. I blacked out.
But when you came to, what was going on? Where were you?
I was in my car.
And what happened at the house?
Yeah, I remember
What did you do to your dad? Where did you take your dad?
I don't remember.
Is he under the house?
No.
Is he under the house?
You know, you folks who use the blackout fucking excuse. I mean, that is so bizarre to me that you can be like, I'm taking some medicine and it makes me forget things. It makes me forget my behavior. I drink so heavily that I can't remember that I sexually harassed you. You know, I don't buy the blackout excuse. I don't buy the blackout excuse. And I'm fairly certain she does remember exactly what happened.
No, sir.
Where's he at then?
I don't.
Is he in the woods? Where's your daughter at?
I don't know.
What'd you do with her? Did you hide her?
I remember my dad pushed my daughter really hard away from me because she was trying to break him up and
What
hurting
happened?
me.
What happened when he pushed your daughter? Where'd she fly into?
She fell into the knife that he always carries.
She fell into the knife? He had a knife in his hand?
Yeah.
And did that hurt her?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, she fell into it, like, where did it hit her at?
In her neck.
The knife hit her in her neck? Okay, and then
I don't know if it went by her neck or what.
she blood?
I don't remember that. I don't remember. I just remember I blacked out.
Newbold appeals to Cheyenne's self-victimization, acknowledging that her father, being a male and larger than her, could pose a real threat to her. The opportunity to lay blame on him has become too enticing to pass up, and she seizes the alternative question. Though she's cautious and dips in and out of soothing denial, Newbold persists with...
Why did they have a working phone in the fucking room? What are you doing having a working phone in the room? Like, seriously. You can't do that bullshit. You can't have a phone ring in the middle of your interrogation. What are you guys thinking?
questions, and her memory conveniently broadens.
Okay, so what happened when you got there? Did he come at you with a knife?
Yeah.
And then what did you do?
I kicked him in his balls and then he got pissed off even more and I wound up on the floor and Lucky was just looking at me. And I looked at my dog like, come and help me, Lucky, help.
Where was Lucky at?
He was cowering in the kitchen.
Was he in a cage or?
No, Lucky can't really hear all that well. My daughter stuck her fingers in her ears and now she's deaf.
Oh, God.
She's deaf?
Yeah, but my daughter kept shoving her fingers in her ears.
So Lucky won't get Lucky, so what'd you have to do?
First of all, if a young child did that to a dog, she would have been bitten pretty severely. So there would have been evidence in the medical records of that. That's this chick is making up the biggest story to try and get over. That is the weirdest fucking whatever.
All I remember is that he came this way with this and then I pushed it away and my daughter was...
Say that again?
He came at me like this.
With a knife?
Yeah, like, and I pushed it away. Like, he had this on and pushed it this way and then my daughter was coming this way and that's all I remember is you pushing her away.
Okay. So you're saying that you loved your father so much that you let him take custody of your child for the summer until she was going to go back to school. But you're saying that your child was so violent that she deafened your dog, which that dog would have been biting her all over the place if that was happening. And you're saying your dad was so violent he was coming after you with a knife? And he's the one that you left your child with?
But he had a knife in his hand?
Yes.
Okay. And then, did you see blood on your daughter?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
So how did you get your dad off you? I mean, how did it end?
I don't remember that.
Cheyenne, if you're saying self-defense, then I would like to know what happened, okay? If you're saying he's attacking you, you could do whatever you need to do to save your life. That's okay. I need to know that because I don't believe you blacked out.
Newbold is no longer limited to bluntly insisting that she does remember. Now he can put forth the argument that if killing was in self-defense, she doesn't have to fear sharing her whole story. This angle will prove far more compelling, especially as it doesn't belittle or conflict with Cheyenne's victim complex.
Are they in the house?
No, they're in the shed at the landlady's house. I didn't know what to do.
They're in the shed of the landlady's house?
No, I didn't know what to do.
Are they in totes or what?
Yes.
Okay.
This admission is Newbold's most crucial win. Cheyenne has revealed the location of the bodies, and better yet, has done so after being Mirandized. They've not only secured irrefutable, admissible proof that Cheyenne was at minimum involved with hiding the bodies, but access to vital evidence that can illuminate her guilt in much clearer detail. The alternative question has achieved its exact textbook effect on Cheyenne, and she's offering up details that no criminal in their right mind would, without careful framing on the detective's part. With his suspect willing to share, Newbold pushes on for more and more details.
So, what hand did your dad have the gun in?
The left hand.
Was he left-handed?
That was how he could reach underneath there to grab it with the left hand.
And it was underneath the cushion or the couch?
The couch itself.
Or the love seat?
He's on the left side of the couch right here. He's reaching underneath the couch. And then it's like, oh shit, that's where I put the gun.
Did he pull it out?
He pulled it out.
You...
Then I pushed him and
So he's sitting on the love seat, right?
he's laying down on the left seat.
Okay, so...
He's holding this heat.
Are you standing up?
By the time I'm on my knees.
Can you show me, is that, I'm gonna lay on the floor. And you're on your knees. I need to understand this, Cheyenne. Can you show me exactly what he did?
I leaned over and I pulled it and I pushed it towards the bag when he fired.
I can't hear you. I need you to move your arms, please. He's laying on the couch, right? Look at me. Cheyenne. He's laying on the couch, right? And you're right here on your knees? He's this way? Okay. So he's on the couch, or on the love seat. The couch is right here?
I didn't even destroy evidence. I just got scared.
But the couch is right here?
Yes.
So where are you at? Right here?
Right here.
Can you just stand up? You don't have to get on your knees, but can you stand up exactly where you were? So can you stand up, please? So he reaches down underneath the couch and grabs the gun with his left hand? Okay. Does he point at you?
Closer to each other.
No, I understand. Does he point at you? Tell me you gotta show, I need you to show me exactly what he did. This is very important. No, you need to get up. Can you get up, please? It's very important.
Even like that, it was just like that.
The gun went off here?
Yes.
Okay. Is that killing?
No, he was pushing more like that, and then fired a couple more rounds. Because I was scared that he was going to try to kill me.
With Newbold's enthusiastic physical participation in Cheyenne's story, she could be forgiven for thinking the detectives are finally on her side. This relief would be a blessing in the light of the intense anguish she displays. But Newbold and Clark are far from compassionate to her plight. They'll spend another painful hour teasing out the specifics of what really happened on July.
Well, yeah, because, why? Why was this altercation happening in the first place? What was going on? Why did he feel threatened enough by her that he needed to pull a weapon out?
July 18th. But the full truth won't be understood until Mark and Meredith's bodies are recovered and autopsied. On the evening of July 18th, after Vicky had visited Mark's home, Cheyenne returned armed with a knife and prepared to retrieve a handgun she stowed under the living room sofa. Cuts and bloodstains on the sofa suggest the pair were lounging there when they were attacked. The shovel that Cody saw in the bathtub had been used to scrape viscera off the floor. The imagined raccoon was designed to explain the stench of blood which had seeped through the floorboards and under the house. Her father and daughter's remains were found in large totes stashed in the shed of her landlord's backyard. Even Cheyenne's love for Cody didn't survive her crime. During the 4-week trial, her defense lawyers argued that Cody was a violent abuser and the true culprit. Cheyenne had confessed out of fear, and the jury gave this story about as much credit as it deserved. After just 85 minutes of deliberation, she was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Jurors recommended the death penalty, but in February of 2021, Circuit Judge Jalal Harb sentenced her to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In June 2022, she filed to have the sentence reduced, which was denied 2 weeks later. Meredith Jessie was found with a pink blanket, a colorful bracelet, and a stuffed dolphin toy. She would have turned 13 this year. Richard Hunt, a cousin of Mark Wheatley, remembers riding bikes with him till the small hours of the morning. Though they grew apart as the years slipped by into adulthood, Richard sorely misses his dearest friend.
Wow. All right, there you go. There's the conclusion.